We're all talking about AI, right? Large language models, neural networks, this incredible digital world we're building. But in all that excitement, have we ever stopped to ask the most basic question of all, what is actually powering it?
Well, the answer is a truly shocking, almost unbelievable amount of literal grid-straining electricity. And that incredible surge in demand, it's creating one of the biggest industrial challenges of our generation.
So that's what we're going to dig into here. We're going to break down this AI power surge and see how it's forcing a complete reinvention of our energy grid, all through the story of a company right at the heart of it all.
All right, first things first. We got to wrap our heads around just how big this problem is. The AI revolution, this massive data center boom, and just the general move to electrify everything, it's creating a thirst for energy that our grid was just never designed to handle.
Now this is super important. We need to talk about something called baseload power. Think of it as the foundation of the grid. It's the steady, reliable energy that's always on 24/7, no matter what. For the last 20 years or so, the focus has been on renewables, which is great, but it also meant we kind of stopped building these big foundational baseload plants. And that's the crack in the foundation that AI is now blowing wide open.
So who's going to step up and fix this mess? Well, this brings us to a name you definitely know, but a company that basically just hit the reset button, specifically for this exact moment, GE Vernova.
For like 100 years, GE was this massive do-everything conglomerate. But just recently, they made a historic move and split into 3 separate, much more focused companies. You've got GE Aerospace, GE Healthcare, and then in 2024, GE Vernova, a company built from the ground up just to tackle energy. It's way more focused, way more agile than the old GE ever was.
Okay, so we've got this huge, right now, power shortage. What's the fix? The answer, honestly, might surprise you. It's a technology that's been around for a while, the gas turbine. And you don't have to take my word for it. This quote from Eric Gray, he's the CEO of GE Vernova's power division, he just lays it out perfectly. While we're all working on building that green grid for the future right now, today, natural gas turbines are the cleanest and most reliable way to get that 24/7 baseload power that AI and data centers are screaming for.
So just how crazy is the demand? I mean, it is absolutely staggering. GE Vernova is already taking new orders for gas turbines that won't even be delivered until 2029 or 2030. Think about that. Their biggest problem isn't making sales, it's just trying to build all the stuff they've already sold. We're talking about a massive logistical race here.
And here's the kicker. The real bottleneck? It's not even making the turbines themselves. It's everything else. There's a huge shortage of skilled workers to actually build the power plants. Finding the perfect piece of land, one with access to natural gas, water, and the big transmission lines, is getting really tough. And data centers need what they call 5 nines reliability. That's 99.999% uptime. That often means you need a site with backup gas pipelines, which turns finding a location into this high-stakes game of chess.
All right, so gas turbines are the Band-Aid for right now. But what about the future? For a truly carbon-free solution for that baseload power, the whole industry is making a huge bet on reinventing nuclear power with something called small modular reactors, or SMRs.
See, the whole problem with old-school nuclear was that every single power plant was this one-of-a-kind, custom-built monster project. They took forever to build and cost a fortune to finance. SMRs totally flipped that script. The big idea is to stop thinking of them as construction projects and start thinking of them as manufactured products, standardized 300-megawatt blocks that you can build in a factory. And that standardization, that's the whole game changer. You can get to a massive scale just by adding more blocks, like Legos. Building them faster slashes those financing costs that killed the old projects. And maybe the best part? You get better with every single one you build. GE Vernova's first SMR is already being built up in Canada, and everything they're learning is going right back into making the standard design even better for the next one. It's a true learning curve.
Okay, so we have the short-term fix with gas and this really exciting long-term vision with nuclear. But there's a really cool twist here. It turns out the very technology that's causing this whole power crisis, AI, is also becoming part of the solution.
So inside GE Vernova itself, AI is popping up all over the place. Think about this. Instead of a top engineer wasting hours reading a 250-page spec sheet, an AI agent just does it for them in minutes. They're using AI models to chew through decades of data to predict exactly when a part in a power plant might fail. They're even building AI right into the controllers for the turbines, so it acts like an expert co-pilot, helping the human operators run things perfectly.
And really, this all boils down to what you could call the energy trilemma. It's the central challenge of our time. How on earth do you balance this insane immediate demand for power that AI is creating with the need to build and deploy new power plants at a speed we've never seen before, all while trying to stick to our massive goals for decarbonization?
Look, there are no easy answers here. It's all about balancing the tools we have today with the incredible innovations of tomorrow. Which leaves us with the big, multi-trillion-dollar question. Can we actually build this incredible digital future we all want and decarbonize our world at the exact same time? The next decade is going to be very, very interesting.